Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Happy Sunday and welcome back to the Lovin Daily, where we take you through all of the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Massive news over the weekend. It's been nail-biting, waiting for the US elections to finish, and Joe Biden is in. We'll be talking about that later in the show. Also, Dubai Fitness Challenge, how people across the city are getting in their 30 even when you think you don't have time. But yesterday, bigger news closer to home. We're going to be talking about historic changes in the UAE. But first of all, let me know where you're watching from. Are you at home? Are you in the car? Are you in the lift? If you're in the car, I hope you're not driving. And also, how was your weekend? What did you get up to? I have to say, Ali, did you have a good weekend?
I had an amazing weekend, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Great. For the first time, I streamed on Twitch, and I loved it.
Yes.
You know, I think I found my new passion.
Okay, for people who don't know what Twitch is, can you explain what Twitch is? Because I think if I didn't work in Lovin Dubai, even though we're kind of getting to know Twitch now, I probably wouldn't know what Twitch was.
So Twitch is basically like a online streaming platform, where you stream gaming, or you have a podcast show, or it's mainly based on gaming, but there are people who do podcast shows or other shows, music, endless categories.
So when you start to stream on Twitch, it means you're playing video games and other people are tuning in to watch and talk about what you're getting up to.
Yep.
Cool, new fashion.
It's amazing.
Very good.
Yeah.
Guys, are you using Twitch? Should Lovin Dubai be using Twitch more regularly? That's a question we're going to answer. Also, I just want to say we're going to talk about COVID numbers a little bit, but like this weekend when I'm looking at Instagram stories, people are just having the best time in Dubai, and I just hope that we're remembering how important our freedom is. We're looking at cities across the world. We're so lucky and so safe in this country, but I just hope that we continue that.
Exactly.
We'll move into our top story, guys. Huge new changes made to marriage laws, suicide and alcohol laws in the UAE. This is kind of a blindsided yesterday. The UAE government announced historic changes to UAE laws to ensure that the UAE becomes a better home for over 200 nationalities that live here. I think this is so incredible. So the changes kind of focus on marriage, suicide, inheritance and alcohol. And like I said, so over 200 nationalities living in the UAE, and now the laws have changed to kind of make it more welcoming. So we're going to have a quick run through them. Survey wrote the article yesterday. It's very comprehensive, available on Lovin Dubai if you want to get more information about this. But first we'll go into marriage, divorce and inheritance. So you unmarried couples are now legally allowed to live together in the UAE.
Oh, lovely.
It's massive. This is so massive. So for anyone, a lot of the laws will kind of mean maybe more investment or more people coming over to live here. But if anyone was worried or people are anxious, people will always question. So a lot of the laws that they've changed, they weren't really enforcing too heavily, such as the alcohol law, needing an alcohol license. However, it was still something that was always there in the back of your mind. If you were thinking about breaking that law, you'd say, oh, I'm not sure. Now they're gone. So unmarried couples are now legally allowed to live together. This is the first time move in the country because up until this point, unrelated flatmates could not share the same space legally, and now they can. When it comes to the dividing of assets after divorce, things are a lot different now as well. The country in which the marriage originally took place will now come into place, and those laws will be applied if and when a couple decides to part ways. So you're not tied to the law here in the UAE. You're tied to the laws of the country where you got married, which is really interesting. And now the court will only step in if mediation is required and there is no particular agreement from the two parties, which is to be expected. Same with inheritance. As far as inheritance is concerned, up until now, expats were to follow Sharia law. However, with the new laws in place, a person's nationality will decide on the division of their assets, which is really interesting. If the unforeseen is to happen and you were to pass away here, your assets will be divided up based on the laws in your home country, which is really interesting. The only exception so far to this rule is for any property that is purchased in the UAE, because that will stay managed as per the country's laws. So take note of that. Mm-hmm. Alcohol, new laws on the consumption, the buying of alcohol. Anyone who wants to drink, sell or have alcohol is authorized across the UAE can now do so legally without an alcohol license. No more alcohol license. Mm-hmm. So for the people who've purchased one in the first part of the year, I apologize to you, because I know a lot of people yesterday were like 200 something dirham. Damn it. But you were following the word of the law. But I think this is great news for It's just handy. The legal drinking age remains at 21. However, alcohol is now decriminalized. Also decriminalized, suicide. Suicide and attempted suicide are no longer criminalized in the UAE. Earlier, before this, if anyone attempted to take their own lives but survived the process, they would face jail sentences or fines. In previous clauses, the UAE also stated that if someone tried to give CPR or provided first aid care in a situation like this, they could be punished. That is no more the case. So that's kind of the Good Samaritan law, that if you tried to help someone if they were if they were in trouble and you tried to help them, then you could also be published. That Good Samaritan law, any Good Samaritan law will now you can jump in as a Good Samaritan. Just as we mentioned suicide, I think it's always good to mention that if you are having negative thoughts, there are places that you can reach out to within the UAE. There's free hotlines, so it's just worth mentioning that as we're in Mental Health Month. And finally, safety. And now this is a massive step towards gender equality, and women's safety has been taken by the government. So effective immediately, any crime that was earlier named as an honour crime, which basically allowed male relatives a lighter sentence for assaulting a female member, is now abolished. So there are no lighter punishments anymore, and the assault will be treated like any other assault. Tougher sentences will also be announced for any males participating in any kind of harassment of women, including harassment on the streets and stalking.
That's great.
Massive news all came into the UAE yesterday. Here are to new changes. This is not something that people were asking for, but it's just so interesting living in a country where people come from we all grow up with different laws. Ali and I, we have very different upbringings, different laws that we're used to, but you come to the UAE and just expect to kind of live by the laws that are in the UAE. That's just the way it is. But now the fact that they've changed those laws, it's pretty incredible. I just feel like it's going to open the UAE up even more and prove what a tolerant country it is.
Exactly.
Crazy laws yesterday brought in. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with you after this message. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. But we'll move on. The UAE rulers have congratulated new POTUS, Joe Biden, and VP Kamala Harris. After an incredible weekend, Joe Biden is in. He was announced the 46th president of the US last night, and in his victory speech, he made a show for a united America, which is what anyone abroad wants to see. And he is saying that this is time to heal. But also, Kamala Harris is making history as the first woman and the first black woman to become a vice president-elect of the United States, which is absolutely incredible. And UAE readers have reached out to share their congratulations. You can see photos beside us. There's already a relationship between UAE rulers and Joe Biden. So His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, he reached out. He said, congratulations to the President-elect of the United States, Joe Biden, and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. We look forward to strengthening our 5-decade enduring and strategic relations.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. That's amazing. People in the States right now, interesting. Well, I really liked Joe Biden's speech. I just thought it was, he basically zoned in on the people who didn't vote for him. And he said, you didn't vote for me. That's okay. I'm not, my crowning moment isn't just for the people who did vote for me. He's basically making sure he wants a united America. Yeah. And I'm sure that that's what people are looking for.
In his mind, I guess he doesn't want any conflict, within the country.
And there's been too much.
There's been too much already this past year. And he just wants to unite everyone together and be one big country and move forward.
And what's so scary is we know, like I just saw street celebrations in New York. I was looking on Instagram and, everyone's out in the streets, but there's a virus going on. There's a pandemic. And the fact that the election has taken up so airwaves, newspaper columns, online magazine inches, it's just been so much and people are nearly forgetting that there's a virus out there. So hopefully Donald Trump will concede the election in a fair and balanced way and leave office if without too much hassle, because we know there are some law. He's basically apparently taken out some lawsuits in different states to discuss whether the voting was legal or not. But the results are in, and hopefully the public will now be balanced and they can move on and deal with the virus. That's the hope. Okay, guys, we'll move on to our final story. Back to Dubai. A doctor is keeping up her 30 by 30 even after her tiring shifts. So this is kind of a message. If you don't think you can get your 30 by 30 in, this doctor is giving us all of the motivation vibes. So she's redefining dedication while showing no excuse, what no excuse really means. Her name is Dr. Fatima Anganasiri. She's a primary care physician at Aster. And she's basically been doing her push-ups before her shifts and after her shifts to show that you can get your Dubai Fitness Challenge done at any time of day. And you can see the video here beside me if you're watching on Facebook. She's literally in her physician's office getting it done, which is incredible.
She's doing the right thing. Like, she's doing the right thing, and especially with, like, you can do it anywhere. Like, it's so easy. Like, just stand where you are, like, maybe just jump for 30 seconds or 1 minute and then keep repeating it, you know, or jumping jacks. You don't need any equipment, you know, just you can do certain workouts while you're standing or sitting.
And in the office. I mean, we did speak to Vicky the Vibe, I keep calling her Vicky the Vibe, Vicky Matheson, who's a Dubai resident who's doing her 4th year of Dubai Fitness Challenge. And she was she's a teacher and she gets a bit of it done during the day with her students. Because I was saying, you know, I had a really long day at work yesterday and I got in at this time and I got home at this time and I was just finding it very tricky to get it done. And she was just like, you can just easily, you know, it's just a mindset thing and just basically plan it in advance. That's the key. Of course, Lovin Dubai are proud media partners of Dubai Fitness Challenge. And we are so excited this year more than ever because there's literally so much going on across the city. Free classes that you can get involved in. If you go onto the Dubai Fitness Challenge website right now, just choose your fitness village that you want to go to, choose the class that you want to take part in. There's so many different activities. And I think this year, I know Ali, you're doing it also. I've been trying to get back into the gym, but haven't been. But I've been doing different things. Let's say yesterday I was at a beach cleanup for like an hour on the beach. And I feel like that was walking and like, that counts, right?
Some way, somehow.
You're like,
you know,
no.
It's like, if you're burning the calories,
it was an hour on a beach at 12 p.m. yesterday. It was so sweaty.
Well, if you're cleaning up the beach and you were going down and picking up things
and carrying heavy loads, guys, there was so much rubbish.
Then that's one way of a workout. Yeah.
Okay. How was your Dubai Fitness Challenge this weekend, Ali?
It was going well. It's going well. It's getting better and better, but mentally it's a bit challenging, you know, trying to be consistent and pushing yourself, especially when you wake up and everything just hurts. You have to just keep
those
pushing.
Are the hardest days.
You just have to keep pushing, and then once you break that barrier, your mind is like, okay,
we just have to break that barrier.
Exactly.
On the subject of Alibaba and I, before the show tomorrow at 6 a.m, we're going to be down at Kite Beach. Team Angel Wolf are there doing their incredible challenge, which is basically Try with Rio. They're doing parts of triathlons every single day throughout Dubai Fitness Challenge. Tomorrow morning, they're going to be at Kite Beach. They're running 10K. We need to, well, if I was to run 10K at 6 a.m, I can't run 10K anyway. No, but what the cool thing is, you can go and join part of it. So we're going to be there at 6. We'll join part of it, shower up and be back in studio. If anyone would like to join us, more the merrier. We'll run in different pockets, so there won't be too many people running together. I think maximum pockets of 5 or whatever it might be. But do join us, Kite Beach, 6 a.m. If you're interested, get in touch with us on Facebook DMs, Instagram DMs, and we'll tell you exactly where we're going to be. But we're really excited to support Team Angel Wolf in their cause this month, and also as part of Dubai Fitness Challenge. So great reasons to get up and get out. That is it for us. From the studio this morning. Hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.